Attention Mulists! It's me, Shadow. As you all have probably seen, there are lots of challenge series on YouTube of the Yu-Gi-Oh! From scratch variety to all the way progression. However, this is going to be something with Master Duel. Free to play to be exact, so hope you all are ready to sit down, enjoy, and feel the flow. This is Master Duel Free to Play. Alright, so as you can see, we have made several new decks for this week, which were just kind of things I felt like making. We got the Memphis deck, Code Talker, Bootleg deck, Cloudians, Sucker Punch, Maju, and a Watt deck, which is pretty solid. I will let you all see those later on in the video. I did make it to PLAT 5 in the previous week, which shows that you can do it with free to play only, so that's really nice. However, it's a little weird that they didn't have too many rewards yet. Also, here's my ID if any of you want to add me, and potentially we can do a video where you all try to duel me with your own decks, whether you paid money or not. As well as, here is a replay of a deck that I had to do in Ranked, because I didn't actually have the option to save too many decks, because they all surrendered when I activated Macro Cosmos right there. So yeah. For turn, we activate Max C, because we gotta activate Macro Cosmos, and Max C has to hit Grave. And then it reveals that it's Infernoid. An Infernoid player didn't read the cards, because first effect didn't go off, so kinda sucked. I activate Memphis Ascension to discard and draw because I won't get it anyways after this happens. And top decking a Dimensional Fissure is a pretty solid one. Unfortunately, he had the Monster Gate. Yeah. And as you can see, he just sort of like went through all of his cards. Yeah. This is what happens when Monster Gate is at 3. It's insane. Oh my gosh, I forgot how many cards he actually milled off this. So I think the only target is that, the Decatron. Because then we get this, he does another one, and it's a bada bing, bada boom. However, he did send a Jet, so I'm not too bad off, but it's still kind of bad. We draw for a turn, we get a Necroface, which is not too good. But Nephthys gets us to search for Ragnarok. We activate Dimensional Fissure to bait and negate, but I forgot he doesn't have those, so we Raigeki the field. And he banishes a card from my graveyard, which does basically nothing. And yeah, that's about it. We Monster Reborn. There's Royal to our field, because it's literally the best option I have. I almost have a Necroface. Shuffling everything back into the deck, which is not a lot, to be honest. And then we of course link summon up into a I think it was house, because this card was a tuner. Necroface will then trigger, so we'll house, so we're going to summon a card, which won't be anything too crazy, it's just an Ash. And then we hit a Metaphys cards off the top, and we add a Metaphys. This is where I misplayed. I should not have banished Ragnarok to draw a card. I should have just kept it, even if I was going to link summon. Ragnarok itself is a card, but instead we go into a Transcode Talker. Again, I do not have any good options right now in the extra deck, but it's still okay. His turn starts, and this is the problem with Infernoids, is as long as he has no monsters, he can keep banishing cards to summon the big boys. And this one just punches him. He then activates the specs to banish a card I control, which is a Metaphys. Yeah, I guess it works out in the end, but not too well. However, we do get to set card and also Necroface, which has no response. And because of how many cards actually got banished off of Necroface before, it will have more than enough attack to punch over this boy with just enough damage. So, no worries there. We take it out. His turn goes around, and we just have to hope he doesn't have the ability to summon anything else. Which I'm pretty sure I checked and he didn't, so he just passes back. My turn starts, I draw for a turn, and it's just a Veiler. This is where having Ding Long could be solid, but it's whatever. We just punch for the big beefy damage. His turn starts, and he does not have too much going on. He does draw a big boy, who banishes my monster, who then banishes top 5 cards in my deck. And right here, any top card will probably do it for me or him. And we hit a second Necrophase, so we just set it face down, and we wait. Because he has no, this is when he has no more ability to banish, because he has now hit every single one out of his grave. Necrophase gets hit, we banish every card, and we deck with that basically. We add a Daedalus. During his end phase, oh yeah, I forgot, I turned the chaining off. We will then draw our Necrophase, which is a miracle that we actually hit that. But that's not the part that matters, because we did hit a Tyrant. Off of all of our previous banishes, summon Daedalus, banish his card, and punch for the last bit of damage. There we go. It is a beautiful. And that's just how ranked went for the most part. Then I went into some duels against my friends, and this is to showcase the Sucker Punch deck with Into the Void, drawing me a card, activate Chicken Game, activate its effect to then draw a card, and hoping my friend does not know how to read, though he does, unfortunately. So, special summoning Chicken Game, not Chicken Game, special summoning Eater Millions. You just banish the whole extra deck, it's not gonna matter. Though I was playing around keeping Relinquished Anima as an option, but yeah, that's not happening. Which is unfortunate, but it's okay. We summon it out and banish the Ash because it's not going to matter in a moment. Summon him in attack position. And then we just set a card. Normal summon Necrophase to put everything back, which is like nothing. And I hate how long it takes for this animation. And then we set our last card in hand so we don't discard it, and pass turn. Now, this is where a lot of problems come up, is the fact that A, he knows what Chicken Game does now. It's not going to matter too much, however, he is using Skull Servants with like horns. So he gets his draw, he mills 2 cards that are just Skull Servant and White Prince. Nothing too bad yet, but he did happen to draw into a Solar Recharge in this opening hand, so pitch, draw 2, mill some. Still doesn't hit a White Prince, which is the main thing that's a problem. Continues to keep hitting it, and then he finally hits not only White Prince, but White Baking, which are both some crazy cards if you have never read them before. Because White Prince will let him send to 1 Sculptor, 1 Lady in White, which just buffs up his boy even more. And then White Baking lets him add a King of the Skull Servant and any card that lists it from deck to hand, then he gets to discard a card, which is King of the Skull Servants and White Prince. Because you know, why wouldn't you add those? Yeah, it's really bad. Discards it, does the effect again, because all these white cards are not hard ones to return, except for White Baking, because most of them were made before that even mattered. And this is another thing about him, is that he doesn't tend to read cards too often, because he just locks the big boy down, which is Spooky Ookie Kadookie. He then activates, I believe, yeah, he activates Chicken Game, which is a problem. Even though he uses it to make me gain life points, so so he can't take battle damage. And the major problem with Chicken Game is that even if he does this effect right here, he can then pay 1,000 life points on his turn to just pop the card. So I'm going to use this, put his cards back, and attempt to draw a card. Which, yeah, it does do what it needs to do, because even though his card is not back in the deck, he still gets to summon another king. And top decking a second pot of explosiveness is not what you want to be seeing. I'm just go ahead and pop it right there to deal with this 2 back row. Because I have no other options really. Which were a Mirror Force and Call the Haunted, by the way. Yeah, he's playing with those kind of cards. And as I said, he does not recard, so attacks. We trigger the effect, banish it face down. And now I will still survive, even if the attacks are into it. Which only happened because he gave me the life points to begin with. And yeah, that hurts a lot. It's not fun. Yeah, so playing with your friends is a good idea to also help you play test your decks if you're doing this. Realistically, it's easier than doing the rank ladder. Drawing a pot of desires off the top is very, very good. We can do literally anything from this. Anything at all. And those did do it, in fact, by activating Raigeki. Actually, it does it because he had white baking in hand. Whoop-de-doo. Yeah! And then he gets to add more cards. Yeah! And Grandmachu is nowhere near big enough. Especially with the fact that he just proceeds to drop even more cards. What's weird though is that he doesn't know about Relinquished Anima, even though he put his boy in the right column so it wouldn't hit. Which is weird. But it's whatever. He then does the effects, reduces all cards' attack, and then he gets to send another copy of those cards. Making it even bigger. So trading my boy to defense and setting the card. I can only hope he doesn't have the ability to kill him next turn. Spoiler alert. He kinda does, because I don't really have much I can do, because unless I drew exactly Eater of Millions, I can't out his card. Yeah, it just destroys Chicken Cake. I could only everything with tech, but it doesn't really matter. Summons Raijin, who then mills. Doesn't get him anything. And we need exactly any good card off the top of the deck to solve the situation. Again, I would have won. Didn't have light baking. It's okay though. We did stall for 1 turn, but unless if you're literally any monster, it's not going to matter. And as of course, we definitely do. Yeah. What have I done the turn before? It's not good enough. This monster does not have too little attack for its action. Darn. Because, yep. He got me for round 1. I surrendered. And we went on to game 2. However, game 2 is a lot faster. Because I hit him with the good, the fat, the delicious Pot of Desiree to banish the top 10 cards in my deck and draw 2 cards, which gives me a Necroface, which then lets me use Allure to draw 2 cards and banish it, which then lets me draw 2 cards and banish the other one. And I think I hit all of his Skull Servants off the top with this. Of course, I didn't want to be too mean, so I did go for a draw, and I put 1 of them back, and then my 2 other cards. And I drew my 1 card from the payment, and it's an Eater of Millions. So we just banish a bunch of cards from the extra deck again, because why would I not? There's no reason not to. It's just that easy. It does take a hot minute. I do think they need to change a few of these implementations into the selection system. Special summon that boy face up. Special summon. Oh, I think I know I said it. Because if he punches into it, he dies. Set one. Set another. And we just pass turn. And the best part about this is that as soon as his turn starts, I can just activate the delicious, the good old @3 Macrocosmos. And there's basically nothing you can do about this because it's Macrocosmos. And it's skill servant, so yeah, he surrenders. I'll tell you straight up, game 3 was the same thing. So here is the deck list. As you can see, they're kinda high rarity for a bunch of the draw cards and some of them, as well as the extra deck is just mostly generic good stuff. And also, hope you all are looking out in the future because I do have a Patreon duel up against Rev's Cards over on his channel at some point soon in Master Duel, because he is doing a Master Duel from Scratch series. So, I hope to see you all over there if you do, and hope to see you all continuing to enjoy the content that I put out. It truly does mean a lot, and thank you all for being patient, as always. And leave a like, subscribe if you so choose. We are getting really close to the 1,000 mark now, only a few hundred away. And comment down below what you would like to see me try to build as a deck, or what games you would like to see me play in the future. See ya!